The Race Towards the Heavens. Chapter 2. Hunting Season. As I finished scraping the plate, Nancy walked back over to fill my mug with more coffee. How was the food? I smiled and handed her the plate with my right hand while swiping the note with my left. Delicious as always, but anyway, there's work to do. You know what they say about the wicked getting no rest. Nancy chuckled as I slipped the note into my trench coat. Nancy made eye contact before walking off with a pot of coffee. The cup was quickly finished as I got up from the booth and left. Ding! I walked over to my Mustang and started up before peeling out of the parking lot. Another smoke was pulled out and lit as the radio was turned on. This is NPR, and the time is 8:15, and this is the quarter past the hour report. The head of NASA was quoted as saying, "We have technological supremacy over China and have no worries about their program." The president herself gave the annual national address late last night with over 200 million people, both domestic and foreign, watching the address. The radio was turned off as I pulled up to a four-way intersection as I stopped at the red light. Then there was a black truck that was following me for the last few miles. I adjusted my rearview mirror to get a better look at the license plate. GV65FS. Then, as the light hadn't changed, I jotted down the plate number quickly on some scrap paper. As the stoplight turned green, I pulled off towards the right as the truck simply went straight. Okay there, Robinson, maybe you're just overreacting, but then again, maybe not. The radio was turned on as Harry Nilsson came on. You put the lime in the coconut. My right hand tapped the steering wheel as another smoke was lit up. I kept on driving down the road as I eventually came into the parking spot at my office. The Mustang was locked as I whistled the tune from my car while puffing on my smoke. Suddenly, I noticed the same truck and license plate, and there was a man dressed in a black suit and shoes with a white shirt and a silenced pistol on his hip underneath his black leather trench coat. His green eyes, coupled with the blonde hair, gave me the impression of a government agent. Are you Robinson? Okay, I was right. Government. Yes, I am. Who am I speaking with, if I have the right to ask? The man chuckled and handed me a badge. As it was flipped open, it was a federal ID. The badge read, Deputy Director Adamson, Boston Branch. I looked at the badge and then back at him before handing him it back. So, what can I do for you, Mr. Adamson? I'm not under arrest, am I? He smiled as he put the badge back onto his hip. No, you're not. I'm actually here to ask for your help, off the books, of course. I need help with a potential conspiracy that I believe may indict the president herself. Now he held my full attention. I puffed for my cigarette as I beckoned him to follow me towards my office. The wooden door was open as stacks of files sat on every corner of my desk. A chair was pulled over for him to sit as he took his coat off and sat down. Took out a blue Zippo and pulled out his own pack. Mind if I smoke in here? I shook my head. No, not at all. Let me just find the folder. The smoke curled up from Adamson's cigarette, and the smell I noticed was menthol. I searched through the pine cabinet drawers and walked around the office a few times, searching everywhere. I can't find it. This place is a goddamn mess as always. Sorry for the wait. Anderson smirked while crossing his legs as he continued smoking. Happens to me too, all the time. Boston is a mess these days. With all that funding going up to space, it's leaving the Earthlings a bit worse off. At least, in my opinion. The folder was finally found as I walked over to sit in my wooden swivel chair. So, you're here against your better judgment and committing treason just by talking. So, give me some more info. Fill in the gaps if you would be so kind. Adamson leaned forward in his chair and the smirk was replaced with the cold and hardened look of a cold-blooded killer as he reached into his shirt pocket and pulled out a small metal device. This is why. Recognize it? He handed it over to me, and it was a small rectangular red, black, and green flat plate with spikes in different color coordination. No, I don't. What the hell is it? Adamson shrugged, and that took me by surprise. It was found in the wreckage of a burning military jeep on I-95. I came upon the wreck, and the female driver handed it to me before succumbing to her injuries. But she told me to guard it with my life, and that it could kill us or save us as a species. Right as I was about to speak, I saw Anderson reach for his gun, and he raised his fingers to his lips, and I quickly pocketed the device. I tried to act cool, but was practically pissing my pants in fear. Adamson gave me a hand signal to duck underneath my desk. I immediately obeyed as a spray of bullets ripped through my glass window. Bam, 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 bam! Glass was falling all around me as Adamson simply stood up and shot 10 succinct shots in a row through the wooden walls of my office. Get up, Robinson. We're being hunted. I just had a gut feeling. Damn it, I hate being right. He offered a hand down to me. I wiped the glass off my jacket before he pulled me up. The files were picked up as I suddenly realized about Cupid. Shit, there's someone I forgot about. My cat, Cupid. Damn. Adamson, I need your help as well. He's old and can't live without me. Adamson put his gun back into his holster and sighed deeply. Fine, but he better be the best behaved cat ever. I can protect one, but I've never had to worry about two before. He better not run off. I stuck my hand down to shake his. Deal, and yes, he's the best cat ever. Thank you as well. Adamson nodded as he picked up his jacket. You're welcome. I didn't get into this job purely for the wrong reasons. There is a point to violence, not always, but sometimes. We both lit our smoke simultaneously as the sunlight hit my eyes, and what I saw was a lot. 2 bloody and bleeding bodies, a man and a woman, both dressed in black suits and looking related with their curly brown hair and hazel eyes. Adamson spent no time mourning the dead as he picked up the AK-47 from the man and handed it over to me. I hope you don't have to use this, but it's better to have it and not need it. The weight felt wrong in my hands. Sure, I'd been in fistfights before, but I had never taken a life. I don't think I could, or I hoped I couldn't. Okay, but I don't truly want to use this. I'm just saying. Adamson nodded as I unlocked the Mustang doors and gave him the AK. I'll keep an eye out if there's anyone else coming for us. Just drive fast is all I'm saying. The door was shut as the key was twisted in the ignition, and I threw the Mustang into reverse as the car flew out of the parking lot. Cupid, here we come.